No, you gotta just do it.
Oh my gosh, Jordan. I'm not kidding. I'm not doing it for the video. This is nasty. So the other day I interviewed my dad on the podcast, and am I the only one? Any other sons out there, when you interview your dad, there's just a little bit of fear that my dad doesn't like play the social media game, and I don't think he cares if he gets misinterpreted. So when we did the podcast live, I just didn't know what was gonna happen. Turned out super great though. You know, one time in high school, I had a friend that liked my dad so much. He literally said, "Trey, I wanna hang out with you so I have more time with your dad." Okay, this has been driving me nuts. Did you know this brick wall is actually fake? And it keeps falling? This guy's just not doing the trick anymore. Gaffer's tape fixes everything. Do you think this will keep it? This is like a temporary fix? Do you think I'm doing it wrong?
No, I was just trying to figure out what gaffer's tape was.
This guy. Hard part is making sure it's... Can I fix it? Go up. It's enough to where it's not gonna... I can finish my video. So part of the podcast I wanted to talk about some more was I actually did a callback to an old podcast interview with him. The last time I interviewed him, which was in 2018, where I asked him to call me out.
Remember, we did a podcast way back in the day, and I asked you, what do you see I'm doing wrong or something like that? Do you remember? And you called me out.
I would say greatest week, you let yourself get discouraged. But I've learned to get rid of that discouragement quick. When they're following a leader, if the leader looks discouraged, they all get discouraged. So I had to learn that the hard way too. But you'll learn that. It comes in life. You're about 30, you'll be through that deal.
And he prophesied what would happen in my life by the time I was 30. I'm now 31. Was he correct? Ugh. That's not disgusting to you? No face.
What?
Are you kidding me? Is that all the way done too? So this is what I looked like when we started our church. That's actually me at Cowboy Church for my dad. So I launched a church. I was 23, just turned 24 the next month after launching, being a lead pastor of a church plant. 24-year-old. And the hardest part, and I'm really grateful in retrospect, but I used to have church in the morning at the movie theater.
But I was still your computer boy on Sunday nights at Cowboy Church.
Oh, right.
Which, who does that?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the smartest move. I was doing it as a good, helpful son.
But I had to go through the pain of some people come to my church on Sundays for a little bit, and then they stopped coming.
And then you'd see him at Cowboy Church?
I'd see him at Cowboy Church.
Yeah, that's hard.
And so I had to act happy and good, and I was, because I'm like, well, if they're going to go anywhere, I'd rather them go here. Like, logic, of course, it's fine.
That's hard.
But that was a humiliating, hard season.
It is hard.
I'm within 20 feet of people who, when I, especially back then, took ministry so personally, it would hurt. It would really hurt. Hey, Jordan. So I know it's really rough in the beginning, but do you feel like nowadays I can take disappointment a little bit better? My dad said I wear disappointment too much way back in the day.
You did. 100%. I don't know. You can turn it on in public and be fine, but like I guess in front of those that you're comfortable with, like you can tell like that yes, you like carry that disappointment and it's very obvious, at least it is to me. But I feel like you have gotten a lot better. I feel like there are obviously things that happen and you can tell like you're not invincible. You do get like upset and whatever, but it's a lot better than it used to be.
So the question I want us to kind of focus on is how do you and I build real joy? How do we become a church that builds this thing? What's interesting about joy, when you focus on it, you lose it. When you focus on something transcendent, it seems to always come. I think joy, there's many components to increase our capacity for joy, and your capacity for joy is found in the trifecta of communion, character, and circumstance. What I've noticed is when the circumstance is low, kind of view it as a Venn diagram, right? So it's like
communion, character, circumstance, you really hit the jackpot when they're all working together. But I have found when my circumstances aren't good, it makes me lean more into communion, which also builds my character, right? So there's always a way to build your joy in every season.
Yeah, it used to be pretty bad.
Which isn't, like, I mean, it's just a hard profession to have that reaction. You know, like, that's hard.
Yeah, I mean, ministry, that's just a lesson that has to be learned through reps.
Right.
Just dealing with it. On paper, I would say, of course, every pastor always be filled with joy, love the people who left you, but reality is a lot harder.
Right.